What is up, YouTube? It's Coffee Prodigy back with you on today. We're going to be doing episode 4 of the Road to Diamond series. So something has already happened. If you guys weren't aware, NBA 2K ended up dropping a locker code on their Twitter. I believe they dropped it on their Instagram and stuff. It's like that as well. On all their social media platforms where you can get a Ruby card, which is going to be the David Robinson Ruby card, the foundation one, who's like in head-to-head. I'm not sure if he's like still on like head-to-head byliners, but you can go ahead and redeem yourselves a Ruby David Robinson, which is actually going to obviously help our account. Our center is going from being Serge Ibaka at 12 power at max level 1 to being a David Robinson, who's one of the more OPS centers in the entire game, especially his AR card. His AR card is ridiculous. But yeah, we're going to go ahead, throw him onto the lineup. And then we're also going to go ahead and should we train him? We're not going to train him up right now because we don't really have the players and stuff to train him up. As well, we have some. Actually, let's see if we can train him up to level 1. Actually, no, what we're going to do is we're going to save it until we can get like a full stamina thing and play through like some of these hard games with the Dave Robinson like upgrades. But I don't know. These games are way too high. I don't know why these games need to be so high. We're at like 1600 power. If we like go into here, these games are like 2697 power. So we've only been able to play easy so far, which kind of sucks. But yeah, we have been grinding out the easy. We haven't lost a game yet. We still have to do some other stuff. But also, while we were off camera, we ended up getting a Danilo Gallinari from Seasons, and we also getting in RJ Barrett from the draft. Where you guys can see my stamina just completely fill back up. But yeah, that's all that we ended up getting a Ruby Mike Conley. That's why Mike Conley's here. We ended up getting a Ruby Mike Conley from the draft board on like our first gauntlet game, or our first fantasy finals game. But yeah, basically everything that ended up happening while we are off camera. If something else does end up happening, I will come back and show you guys. But let's go ahead and hop on over to season. So now we're actually able to go up to. Do we not upgrade like where we're able to go to in season flight? Well, I guess we'll be able to get up to at least season 20 by the end of the day. That's where our goal is as of right now. We have a full standard bar and we're starting off season 16, and we also got like those two small generic chargers. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and continue on grinding through seasons, and I will be back. Once we get to Ruby seasons, I'll record every single player that we get. So yeah, I'll be back once we get up to Ruby seasons. All right, so we are back with what is going to be the last section of this video. Quite a few things happened. For one, they ended up releasing a locker code. I'm not sure if I said this in the last section. They ended up releasing a locker code for the Dave Robinson, which is helped us get this Dave Robinson card. We just went over here, click redeem, and then you just like type in the Admiral in all caps to be able to get the Dave Robinson card. To go over back over to the collection, we also managed to pull some rubies from the draft board with this Christian Wood and this Mike Conley. And then we also played our first Ruby season. As you can see, season 18, we're simming seasons now, so we can focus on playing fantasy finals on both this account and my other two accounts. Because I don't really see any real motivation for me to get this Ruby card right here. And if I play seasons right now, there's gonna be times where my stamina just sitting there. So we're gonna just play, or we're gonna sim through Ruby seasons right now, and then focus on playing fantasy finals as well as head to head, because we have been playing a little bit of head to head. Managed to get some pretty decent stuff from head to head. We got like some Sapphire cards as well as like from the draft where we got some pretty stuff in the draft board as well. You guys see two Ruby cards from draft board, pretty good. That also changes our head-to-head lineup. So this is our current head-to-head lineup. I think we need to throw Gary. We're gonna throw Gary Payton in here. I completely forgot we had him. This is gonna be our current head-to-head lineup. We got Gary Payton. Emmanuel Quickly is pretty decent. LeBron is of course LeBron. Blake Griffin, he ducks on people, so he's kind of fun to play with. And then Christian Wood, we actually just threw him into there. Before we were using Onyeka Okongwu, who was pretty good on defense. So we'll see how Christian Wood plays for our team. And then as far as everything else, I believe that's it for us to really go over as far as things that we did. We are simming Ruby teams, as I said. So I guess we're going to start getting Ruby rings. We currently don't actually have any. If we were to craft a player, I guess that player either has to be this Penny Hardaway or the power forward Chris Bosh, who is right here. We could get the center Wilt, but we have like the highest Ruby center with the David Robinson, who is like all the way up here. And then we could get the Vince Carter, but I'm not a big fan of Vince Carter's gameplay anyways. And then the Penny Hardaway, the only thing about crafting Ruby card is I don't think that we'll actually need to craft Ruby card, because I feel like we'll end up finishing fantasy finals before we end up actually having to craft that Ruby card. Also, we are trying to stack up our coins because we just in case we have to spend stamina to be able to get a top award in this event. As of right now, we're making decent progress, but of course I have to like go to work and stuff. So there's gonna be time where like my stamina just sitting there. We're gonna try to avoid that as much as possible, obviously, but there's gonna be time when my stamina is just sitting here. So we are going to be saving up coins to just in case. Also, once we get to this reward right here, we will start using our doublers because we will have a 60% boost team because we'll claim this Kareem right here as well as get these collectibles, which will allow us to craft this Dennis Johnson in the set. I don't know why for main domination they put it only for like one collectible, which it really like honestly hurt us because if they put it for like the normal three, like where those champions collectibles were, we would have been able to craft this Dennis Johnson. But I don't know because that would also would have made us like not be able to get a Sapphire Gary Payton in the beginning. And like if we like were over here, then we probably would have just crafted the Isaiah Thomas, and then we obviously would have like gotten another one. So I don't know. I'm not sure how much those collectibles would have helped us, or maybe we would probably just honestly would have crafted this Dennis Johnson and we would have crafted this John Stockton right here. So yeah, that's probably what we would have done instead. But yeah, that's basically everything that's been going on with the account. There's nothing really else to show. We are trying to send Ruby season. I haven't upgraded this Dave Robinson yet because we are probably going to get the Kareem pretty soon, and I want to save my Ruby cards for that Kareem. But if we like lose season games, then I'll probably go ahead upgrade the Dave Robinson. If we're not able to sim season games, then I'll probably go ahead upgrade the Dave Robinson, and then he will be higher, so our team can be higher. And we can sim season games a lot more easier. But yeah, as of right now, this is our best team. Honestly, Tyrese Maxey has been our best player. He's really good. I didn't realize he only had 3 elapsed dunks. For him only having a 3 elapsed dunks, he's really good at driving to the rim. RJ Barrett is kind of decent. Kristaps Porzingis is Kristaps Porzingis. He doesn't really do anything if he's like not on the 3 point line or he's like getting like out rebounding and stuff. But our team has been high enough power to where like we're not really worried about the opponents as much for right now. And then Dave Robinson, he's been a decent center. And then Mike Bibby, I'm still trying to learn his league. I'm not a big fan of his gameplay, to be honest, but Mike Bibby's decent. But yeah, it's basically going to be the end of the video. Also, we have a new head-to-head lineup over here. We got Gary Payton as the point guard. Shooting guard is Emmanuel Quickly. Small forward is LeBron. Power forward is Blake Griffin. In the center, let me just actually lock in Blake Griffin. Center is Christian Wood. I have just now actually threw Christian Wood into there because we got him from the draft board recently. Before we were using the Onyeka Okongwu, who was pretty good. But we'll see how Christian Wood will play. We have been playing head-to-head, you can see. We're at 512 fans. We probably would have packs right there if we weren't just getting bronze packs. I'm completely fine with getting bronze packs because that will allow us to like level up far enough to where we don't no longer have to get bronze packs. I'm pretty sure at a certain amount of fans you don't get any more bronze packs. But yeah, that's basically going to be the end of the video. Let me know down in the comments here what you guys' progress is in the gauntlet as far as like where you are. But yeah, it's basically going to be the end of the video. If you guys didn't feel, drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and peace out.